Good morning, my name is Dave and welcome to my channel. I'm a long haul truck driver in North America. This week's trip has me going out on a trip that we've been on a couple of times before. I'm taking an empty trailer out to Dryden, Ontario to switch with a loaded one to go to Jackson, Missouri. So a regular job of ours. We've been there a couple of times before, even on the video. And this morning it's minus 31 Celsius, negative 31 on Wednesday the 22nd of January. So let's get it done. That's us underway, just leaving headquarters now. About 3 3/4 hours, close to 4 hours out to Dryden now, where I then switch with a loaded trailer. So I'm looking at delivering this on Friday morning, but we are running straight into a severe winter warning, so we'll have to see how it goes. Right across Minnesota, Wisconsin, even North Dakota, which I won't be touching, but the storm warning's right across there. In places, I was reading up to 21 inches of snow. Not quite as bad where I'm going, but yeah, it's still going to be a lot of snow. So we'll see how it goes. A full day's driving in today without running into any of that. Just coming along here, wheels spinning there right now. Yeah, we shouldn't run into any of that today. Maybe overnight while they're parked up. So we'll just have to see how it goes. Might end up parked up again for a few hours, I don't know. So we got to see Craig. He goes back to Gagetown in New Brunswick. He goes back there tomorrow. No, Friday, sorry. Not Friday. No. Saturday. Friday he's coming down to our house to see my wife. Yeah, then he goes back to camp on early Saturday morning, ready to report for duty on Monday. So just a quick visit for him, but got to see him a couple of times there. So once again, just wishing him all the best. So that'll be it for now. And we'll be back later. So that's me switched trailers. Just about to leave the site here now and head down towards Fort Francis. Down the 502. When you start heading down the 502, it's very remote, so remote you don't even get phone signal or anything down there. So you spend a couple of hours completely alone. There's some video of that road on my previous videos, but I'll do some again today. It's just a 2-lane road. I think it's about 90 mile long, but it takes a couple of hours. Twisty, hilly, a lot of wildlife down that road as well, and like I said, absolutely no phone signal. So this is a heavy load, £44,000. It always is out of this place, always maximum weights, but didn't need to slide the axles, the weights were all good. These loads are loaded exactly the same every load that we take out of there, so you know where the axles need to be, so even if you do have to slide them, you can slide them before you get to the scale and be close enough. So just 4 kilometres down here is where we turn left onto the 502. It's warmed up a bit. It's not as cold as it was. It's still cold. It's still well, it was 17 below Celsius. It's 17 below zero. That's Celsius. When I was out there picking the trailer up. So still cold, but it has warmed up quite a bit since this morning already. Of snow blowing off the top of this trailer, so must have been sitting there for a while. Not a lot we can do about that. So we've still got 1,724 kilometres to our delivery. As I said before, get there, what's today? Today is Wednesday, get there Friday morning. Not sure how much we'll get done today with this weather coming in. Get as much as we can done though, and then if we get stuck, well, it is what it is. The roads are dry for the most part. There's no ice on them around here at all. It's they've been treated pretty well. And there is definitely a little bit of heat in that sun. This 502 that we go down, I have seen that closed in the winter. A few years ago they closed this. When the snow came, they didn't look after it very well, so it was closed to through traffic access only. But they do get a lot of snow around here, and well, I guess because it's so remote, it's tough to look after. So this is it, 90 mile, then we turn right onto Highway 11 into Fort Francis, which is where we cross the border into the USA, into International Falls, Minnesota. So we'll get some clips of this road while we're going down to Fort Francis.
always such a rush with you. Driving from the beach in an old blue Benz, you're sitting in the back, laughing with your friend. Caught a glimpse of you underneath the moon. Now it's in my head, all that I can see is you. All I can see is you. Uh-oh, you're gone too soon. Sun-kissed lover, all I think about is you. Uh-oh, I see it's true. Everything I do from now, I do it for you.
So this is me down in Fort Frances now. Just a couple of kilometres from crossing the border. Not sure if you can see that on the left, but on the left there is actually the frozen lake. There's not many rivers or lakes in Canada. Well, in central Canada that survive the winter. They all tend to freeze. Get a lot of ice fishing in the area. I've actually been ice fishing a few times myself, driving the pickup truck onto the ice and drilling a hole to fish in. So this border is very unique. I did mention it in the last video when I crossed here as well. You actually cross on a set of railway lines on a railway bridge. Canadian customs on one side of the bridge and the US customs on the other side. So I'll be able to keep the camera running, show you the bridge, but I have to turn it off before we get to customs. Got the police sitting in here in the lay-by on the left. He's not making any move anyway. So it still continued to warm up today. It's now only minus 11. So 19 degrees, 18 degrees warmer than it was this morning when I left the house. Unbelievable. They have a truck route that they want you to follow just to get to the border here. Instead of going up to the set of lights that are up ahead there, turning left straight onto the border. I don't know why, but they want us to take this next left, go down there, turn right to the end of that street and turn left again. Which brings us back on the same street, but missing out this like 100-yard section, this one block. So I've no idea why. But it's the way it is. All this on the left here has changed drastically over the years. That was all a huge paper mill, but most of it's demolished now. I don't even know if there's anyone works there anymore at all. So that on the left is the Canadian Customs. A couple of vehicles in there getting inspected, having to report for secondary inspection. This changes every time you come down here. There's buildings on the right there that have, well, there is no buildings on the right now, and they've all been knocked down as well. Oh, we're not going to cross a railway bridge today. Normally we drive down there on the right, down the railway bridge. Today we're going round it. Right guys, so I'm going to shut it down, because right in front of us there is the US Customs, and I'll be back later. Just thought I'd quickly turn the camera back on. I'm just coming into a place in Cook, Minnesota, and the one thing that I always remember about this town is it has a McDonald's drive-through for semi-trucks, for Arctics. So just up ahead is the McDonald's in Cook, Minnesota. It'll be on the right hand side here. I have moved the camera in preparation so you can see this. You won't actually see the drive-through, but you turn right, go around the back of this McDonald's, just in there. And as you're coming back out the other side, there's a concrete stair there. Yeah, you might be able to see it, the concrete stairs. Well, just before that is the menu board with the speaker, like normal drive-thrus. And you pull up to the concrete stairs there, and they come out with your food, come up the stairs and hand it in through your window. So, yeah, for really lazy truck drivers, like me. Good morning. So this morning I got up, I knew I was running into this bad weather, so I got up this morning, had a look out the window, and we'd had about 6 inches of snow overnight, but it was heavy winds, so it was blowing the snow as well. So I decided not to move anywhere. I went back to bed. It's now 9:05 in the morning, and I'm just about to start my pre-trip. I'm going to do my pre-trip. I started the truck and I decided it was going to do a part regen when the engine had warmed up. So I'm letting it finish its regen before I move anywhere anyway. But I'm going to start my pre-trip and probably make a move. clearing up a bit, still snowing. I think the wind's died down a little bit, which is helping. I've seen the ploughs go past, well, I've seen them go by once anyway. So we're going to give it a go. I'll show you how deep it is outside once I get out. You won't be able to hear anything because of the noise of the engine when it's doing a regen. But I'll show you the drifting between the trucks anyway. Later guys. I'm not sure if you can hear me now that we're away from the tractor unit. This is the drifting snow behind the truck where I've parked, and the stuff that's sticking to the back of the trailer. Lovely. So we didn't get going till, well, it was about 9:30 this morning before I started my pre-trip, so we didn't get going till mid-morning this morning. I'd set the alarm for 5:45, ready to start it, get up at 6, and had a look out the window and could hardly see the fuel pumps in front of me. It was snowing, it was blowing snow drifts all around the truck, which hopefully you've seen some of in the footage earlier. So it was late by the time we got going. But here we are now. It's 2:15 in the afternoon, and the roads are dry now. Quite a few in the ditch on the way down here though, so must have been really bad earlier on in the day or during the night. So a little bit behind schedule. Looking at probably lunchtime tomorrow before I get there now, instead of about 8 or 9 o'clock. We've still got 719 kilometers to go. So yeah, maybe get there for about 11, something like that. And the camera looking out the front windscreen has just died, so not sure how much you'll see of that. But that's it for now guys. There's no point in me waffling on here. You can't even see anything out the front now. So we'll leave it at that, and we'll be back tomorrow. It's now Friday the 24th of February, and I'm just coming down into St. Louis, Missouri. We should see the St. Louis Arch here shortly. I've had it on previous videos, but it does no harm to see it again. So we're still a couple of hours away from my delivery. We had that bit of a delay with the weather, but it hasn't really held me up too much. We parked up in Illinois last night. Well, I'm still in Illinois here. You don't cross into Missouri until you get right up to St. Louis here. Well, part of St. Louis is actually in Illinois, I believe. Maybe not, I could be wrong there. But yeah, a couple of hours down to my delivery, and they're usually fairly quick there. So maybe an hour in the delivery, and see what we've got from there. Hopefully you can see the St. Louis Arch just over to the right there. You get a better view just as we come under these bridges. That's the baseball stadium on the right there as well, St. Louis Cardinals, if any of you watch baseball. But there's the arch and the city skyline over there on the right. Need to keep an eye on these directions here, because last time I did make a mistake and ended up going straight through St. Louis and picked up the ring road on the other side. So we don't want to be doing that. We want to make sure we're following the I-55 signs for Memphis. Yeah, we're actually just 5 kilometers from the state line, so we are still in Illinois here, and in 5 kilometers we'll cross into Missouri, or Missouri as some people pronounce it. I don't know the correct pronunciation. I think it depends on where you come from in America, how you pronounce it. Pronunciation isn't my sweet spot, as you may have gathered. We're getting better views again of the arch just as we come to the end of this tree line here. Never actually spent any time around St. Louis. I wouldn't know what it's like downtown. It says there's some good barbecue food around St. Louis though. I know you can buy things like St. Louis ribs, which it's just a special sauce, you know, St. Louis. I guess they might call it St. Louis sauce, I don't know. But St. Louis ribs are barbecued ribs. So they reckon there's some good restaurants around, but I wouldn't really know. I don't think we'll get to see the arch again. Guess if I just swing that round a little, you might get a good view of the skyline at the same time. Not as good as the Manhattan skyline, but best we can do for today. this is where I went wrong last time. I went straight on. There we have it. Getting pretty close there to the arch. So there we have it. Pretty rough areas around here now. I have been down around that area once before. Shouldn't have been, but you know, it happens. Taking the wrong turn isn't always a good thing. So I did end up around there once, finding my way around, but we made it back onto the interstate safely. So you can see the traffic heading north, trying to get into the city. It is 7:05 in the morning, so it's starting to get busy. And we've just got a straight shot now for the next couple of hours to get to our delivery. It's I-55 all the way, and then it's just 4 or 5 miles off I-55. So we'll be back at our delivery. So it's now 10 to 9 and I'm just down the road from my delivery, 6 kilometres away. So we're nearly there. We'll go and get this delivered, and then I haven't had the load offer yet, but I did get a message asking when I could be in Olive Branch, Mississippi. So it's another regular job that we do. Looks like it could be going there, that's why they'd be asking. That goes back to Winnipeg, so that'll get me back home again. If this is what happens, I don't know yet, but if that's what I get, that would get me back home for Sunday. Yeah, today's Friday. Yeah, ooh, would it? Yeah, I think so. Should do. Should do. Sunday or Monday morning anyway, we'd have to see. Sunday I'm thinking. Sorry, just having an argument with myself. I can't even win that one though. So hopefully not in here too long. I've never been in here for very long, so I don't see why it would be any different today. Usually in here about an hour and then I'm back on the road again. They're pretty quick. So we'll wrap this one up. Once again, it's been a pleasure having you along for the ride. I really do appreciate it. And if you're enjoying the videos, please do click like and subscribe. It doesn't cost you a thing. You'll then get notifications for every video that's uploaded. And ride along with me. So this is the place I'm going, just down here. So we're going to call that one a wrap, as they say in the business. Thanks a lot guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheerio for now.